Yo, what up? This is Goozy from The Rocket Scientists, and you're watching BPM Supreme TV.
Your baby mama love me. Your baby daddy hate me. Your bitch wanna me. I said your bitch wanna and we gon' get it like chitty chitty bang bang. Chitty chitty bang bang. Chitty chitty bang.
We met up, we were basically competing DJs in the same town. I don't know if a lot of duos started that way, but we did. So it was some animosity at first, for sure, you know. Every DJ sees another DJ as a competition, and he just happened to be going out with my girlfriend's friend at the time. So it was like, I was already dubious as to what was going on there, but you know, I listened to him play a couple times, and he definitely was a good DJ. And he was very prolific. He always had a new mix to hand out every month. He's got a new mix, he branded himself well. And I had some ideas to do a mix, and so I approached him and I said, hey, why don't we do this mix together? Of course, he was very apprehensive at first, but you know, we worked on the mix. I think it came out really well, and that was pretty much the start of The Rocket Scientists. We just clicked after that.
Yeah, big ol' poking like a cactus, and she got that face that belongs up in a beauty pageant. It's your boy.
We had an idea. At first, it was just Goozy and Solars, or Solars and Goozy. We're always getting to a fight which name goes first. So it's probably better that we came up with a name, because that way we wouldn't have to argue. I don't know. I thought when we made that CD, I remember thinking like, man, we're taking this 2-second part in the CD, and we're like over-analyzing that little section. So I knew there was some science, some sort of like dedication to making everything sound really good. So that's where the science sort of came in. And then the rocking, or the rocket part, it just sort of fell into that. It was like, well, a scientist, what if it was like rocket scientists, you know? Wow, that sounds really smart, like you know what you're doing or whatever, but also has the idea of like the party rocking side. So I think it really does capture kind of what we are. We're very like, we take it very seriously as far as what we're trying to produce, and then we also like to have a lot of fun. So.
Your baby mama love me. Your baby daddy hate me.
The game plan was just to make the CD. And then from that, you know, we started hanging out more. You know, I asked him to come and DJ a gig with me. He'd sometimes ask me to come DJ this spot he was doing in Berkeley at the time, because we're from the Bay Area. So, I mean, being able to work together like that just sort of fell into a very natural state of being. And then eventually, when we started making records together, we actually pressed up remix records before we ever, you know, took on the computers, so.
Bang, bang. Chitty chitty bang bang. Chitty chitty bang bang. Chitty chitty bang bang. Chitty chitty bang bang.
There is a method behind being able to have two DJs play at the same time. It takes a lot of commitment because it's two egos playing at the same time, so that's interesting. But I think we play at each other's strengths. You know, Solars knows that there's certain things that I can do better that he might not be as good at, and I definitely know there's things that he's better at that I'm not as good. So we play at each other's strengths, and we try to communicate a lot. Communication is the most important thing when you're doing a 2x4 set, because you need to be able to tell the other person, hey, I'm gonna go into this, or what do you think I should do here, or hey, I got an idea for this. You have to be talking all the time. If we don't go a minute without telling each other, something's going on. You know, we're spacing, or we're not really listening to what the other person is doing. So communication by far, and then being able to have the time to come together and sort of connect with each other's state of mind before the set starts, like practice time and things like that would be another thing I would suggest. Sleep, eat, bathroom, maybe a girl or two or whatever, a guy, who knows, and then the rest of the time you're practicing what you want to do. If you want to be the best at something, you need to put your all into it. So if it's going to be a part-time thing, that's totally cool. You could, you know, practice an hour or two here, and it'll continue to be that. But you know, the experts in their field, whether it's a scientist or whether it's like, you know, a basketball player or you know, a DJ, they spend a lot of hours doing what they do. So as many as you can put in. As many hours as you can put in is exactly what you'll get out.
Little mama Toonz got you. Now they hear phone
being able to remix for the labels and things like that sort of happened, I want to say by accident. One of the first big label releases that we had was this track. It was a Hello remix, maybe '09, I forget when we put it out. It was basically Hello, Martin Solveig, and Dragonette. And we knew that the remixes were all mostly gonna be up-tempo because the song was up-tempo and it fit the sort of feel of the song. So we want to take it in opposite direction because one thing that rocket scientists love to do is go opposite of where everyone else is going. So we want to turn it into a hip hop song. So that's what we did. We sort of get big 808s behind it and played it out. It just, you know, it got here and then it got there and then word got around that Vice started playing it. So Vice was playing it a lot apparently because almost every night we got texts from someone saying that he was playing our track. And then it got so popular that the label actually reached out. So totally by accident, not even like wanting to do that, but the label got a hold of us and said, hey, we want to be able to do something with this track. Let's get together. They've got another rapper on there and think we mixed down the vocals to put the rapper on there, and they really liked it. And so we got a couple more remixing opportunities from that, and then, you know, from that led to another label, and that's how things started to grow for us. Expect the unexpected, because that covers all bases for us right now. You know, we released Blast Off 1, 2, 3, and 4. We had another series called Sound of Science. We did 1 and 2 of those. We did another remix. We did a couple mixes, I should say, for like Casio and G-Shock. So I don't know exactly. I would like to make a Blast Off 5, but it's sometimes when you start making a CD and it's good, and then you make another one and that's good, and there's a lot of pressure behind making it better the next time. And so I don't know if I want to deal with that pressure, but I think there might be something similar to that in the horizon. I have a couple other ideas for CDs too, really hard sample based that I've been sort of collecting and amassing over the years. And part of the scientist in me is to like put down information that I hear in it so that if I ever had an idea, that I'd be ready to do it. So I have a couple of things like that I think we might get together on and work.
Be your oxygen when you're running out of patience. So take a deep breath and hold it tight. My heart is yours, just reassure me that you hold it right. Don't be offended, I'm just the cautious type to always be around.